Hello and welcome to another episode of Witchy Knits. I am Shy, I am a witchy person and I knit and sew and sometimes crochet, but that's rare, and do art and sometimes embroidery and other crafty things and general witchcraftiness. This is the 6th episode of Witchy Knits, which is crazy and super fun. And yeah, welcome back if you are a returning viewer, and welcome if you're new. Grab a cup of tea because we will be sitting here for a bit talking about all things knitting and maybe some sewing today, but mostly knitting because that's the only thing I've done the past week. So if you want to continue seeing what I get up to with my crafty things, feel free to subscribe and like this, and yeah, we shall jump straight into the video. Ding, says the phone. Mute, says I. There we go. So any noises in the background is either wind, because it's super windy and kind of gloomy outside today, and if it's like more like general ruckus, it's the cats because they're racing and chasing each other today. I've got 2 cats and yeah, they're full of beans. I'm going to go straight into the whips for this week because I have 2 whips this week. I'm going to start with the one you've seen before in my self-made bag on which I still didn't exchange the cords. I don't like that they don't match, but I like the colour a lot, but yeah, need to do that. Need to get around to it. But yes, in this bag, if you remember from last week, lives my bubbly minty socks. They are on Addy 2mm US size 0 needles, and it's knit in the theFibreFox yarn on Etsy. They're on Etsy, links will be in the show notes, in the Colourway Peppermint Creams, which is a sparkly colourway in mint and white, and I love it. I love mint green so much. They are bubble knit and with a picot, whatever. Still don't know how to say that because I'm a loser. Edge, and yeah, I'm making this pattern myself. I am planning on... Oops, I am not in focus. I am planning on writing it as a proper pattern and uploading it on Ravelry. Am I in focus? I'm going to try and upload this on Ravelry when it's done, and I hope to finish these socks soon so I can be done. But I've got the second sock without a toe, and because it's going to have contrast in white and without a heel, so still taking name suggestions for this pattern because I just can't think of anything, to be honest. I've done about 5 rows on this one this week. I feel kind of bad because I really like working on it, but I've done a lot of train travelling and I've done a bit of car travelling this week, and I get motion sickness really bad. So I can knit on trains, like, because I can knit without looking, but I can't do anything in cars because I get very car sick. I'm at the point now where I need to count to see how far down I need to go before I need to put in the waist yarn for the heel, and I can't count in cars or in trains because that will make me want to be sick. So it's not seen a lot of work, sadly, but I hope to speed through this maybe today and tomorrow, because today's the 29th, and I want to get these in for the festive sock along, Amy Florence's festive sock along, which is up tomorrow if I remember correctly, so I need to get a move on with this, but should be doable. I mean, I once made Hermione's everyday socks in 24 hours, a complete pair, so I should be able to do this, I hope, but we'll see. I might end up missing out with this pair, but it's alright. I've gotten 3 or 4 pairs up for that already, so I might just chill on it. We'll see. But yeah, that's my first whip. I want to be done with it, to be honest, and have another whip in this bag soon, because I think this has been in this bag since I made the bag, and that was the second episode, so it's like 4 weeks ago. I'm usually very quick with socks, but this one has taken ages. But yeah, that's my first whip. My second whip is funny because I thought I wouldn't start this, but it's in my yarn bowl and it's orange, and if you saw last week's episode you can probably guess what it is. It is a top-down raglan. Yay! That's a cat. Hello, Cheddar. Hey! Hey, gubbe. Cheddar, hey. Cheddar! The cone is gone. I think you saw that last week as well, but yeah. You're just gonna chill there. That's alright. Baby. Right, so matchy, orange and orange. But yeah, I cast on and knit this much since I think I cast on Saturday. Yeah, I'm still on the Raglan increases, and I've got a stitch marker there, like a progress keeper there, and I calculated I need to knit about 10 centimeters from that before I can split, because I want like kind of low shoulders. So yeah, it's fun. I am knitting from the Improv pattern. This is, I've got my show notes down here. Improv by Karen Templer. It's a free pattern and guide on Ravelry. It's on Karen Templer's blog, but it's linked on Ravelry, so links to that will also be in the show notes as usual. So yeah, I'm the kind of person who decided to go for that kind of guide instead. It's like a guide for how to improvise a raglan. It tells you how to calculate how many stitches and stuff you need to make to whip up a raglan, and I thought that's the way I want to learn how to make a sweater, because I'm that kind of person. So yeah, so far looking good and sitting well. I can't show you because I need a longer cord. This one does not go over my shoulders because it's 100 centimeters. It does go over my shoulders if hair, please, if I use the needles as well, but I don't want to lose all my stitches. So right now it looks like a nice hood actually, but yeah, I like this colour a lot. I never thought I was the kind of person to wear orange, but it's been sitting around in the stash for a long time and I wanted to do something with it, and I thought, well, it works, why not? So yeah, sweater on the needles finally, and really happy. It's really fun and it's going quite fast. It's on, the yarn is Kampes in the colour 228, dark orange, mörkorange, and it's on a Knit Picks cord with Knit Pro Symphony 3.5mm needles. I think that's a size 4 US. So that is fun, and I really like this yarn. It's super pretty, so that's nice. I've got more than that, don't worry. Yeah, those are my two whips this week. It's been a lot of knitting, and I've finished things as well. I've finished two things. I'm going to show you my favourite of the two. Oh well, it's for me, so of course it's the favourite, I guess. But I finished just in time for the weather to get to like -10 degrees Celsius. My mittens! I'm really happy with these. These are the Rigmor Selby mittens by Rigmor Dungrande on Ravelry. It's a free pattern and they are so pretty. My favourite detail is that there's a pattern on the inside of the thumb. They are super warm, super cozy and squishy and pretty, and I'm just so pleased, and I'm really glad I chose these colours. I bought this yarn because I was like, okay, I'll buy two light and like easy to tell apart colours for learning brioche. Did I learn brioche? No, I made mittens. And I literally have like 5 meters left of the white yarn after being done with this, so really used up everything. Well, I've got a bit of yellow left, but I'll use that in something else. But it's really happy, and I've been wearing these out a bit, so they're not looking as fresh as when they were freshly blocked, but they are super nice and I'm super happy with them, and they fit very well and they're warm, and I can recommend that pattern because they are pretty. I like them. Colour work is so much fun, you guys. Why was it intimidating? Oh, I didn't show that part of the pattern. It's so pretty. I love them. I love them a lot. So now I'm like, I want to knit more mittens, and there's actually going to be a cow in Swedish, I think. So any Swedes watching, you should check out the julvanten hashtag on Instagram, and I think there's a group now as well. It's by Maja's Manufaktur, the one who made the 35 mittens book. So, and like with Rellana Garne, not sponsored or anything. I'm just excited because I wanna join that one and knit the Christmas mittens. So it's going to be a cowl. They released the materials for it today, and I want to go shop, but I shouldn't because I've got a whole bag of stash enhancements there. But I need to get three more balls of yarn because I really want to knit the Christmas mitten. I think there's actually also the hashtag Christmas mitten, but I don't think the cowl is being translated as it's going. It might be out in English later, I don't know. But yeah, any Swedes or Norwegians or Danes watching, check out that because it's looking interesting. But that was a tangent and me shout-outing that as if I was some huge YouTuber, but I'm just excited because I really want to join that one. I've got so much I need to knit right now. I'm glad I finished this next FO, but I need to make another one of these, and time is of the essence. But yeah, I finished these. Don't laugh, because the blockers are too small for these. These blockers were made to fit my feet, and this person has a bit bigger feet than I do. But I finished the Christmas mittens, the Christmas socks. They're knitted in Rellana Garne in the Christmas colourway with a contrasting undyed Adlibris DIY sock weight yarn. Merino and nylon in both. Yeah, they were knit on 2mm needles with 64 stitches in the round. So yeah, they're like more of a medium foot than I have. I have small feet. I knit on 48 stitches for me. So they're a bit baggy on the blockers, but it still looks better than just flopping about a sock. So these are done. These are going to be a Christmas present, so I'm not going to say for whom it is. I don't think they're watching, but you never know, so shh. If you get these, I hope you like them. But yeah, they are done. I need to make another pair for another person, and I need to cast that on ASAP because I need to have it all sent by the 10th, I think, and that's just shy of 2 weeks away, so that should be fine. I just really need to get the bubble socks done first, so yeah, but that's my second FO. The pattern is just oh, it's snowing, nice. But anyway, just regular cuff down vanilla socks with an afterthought heel, so no pattern for that, just straight out of the head, my head. So those are my whips and FOs for this week. Now I have a big bag, well, fairly small bag, but it contains a lot of yarn of stash enhancements that I've hoarded in the past 3 days. I went to visit my parents again because life is a bit upside down. Again, it's nothing to do with me and like between me and David, so that's of no concern, but sometimes I just can't handle being in this house for various reasons, and I needed to get out, and Dad needed some help in the wood workshop, so I've been learning stuff on how to build harpsichords these past 3 days as well. Now I can make strings and coil them on the pegs that they sit on that you use for tuning and stuff. So that's been fun. Picture of me doing that here. That's a side note. I don't know if I actually said that before, but my dad he's an instrument maker. He makes harpsichords for a living, which is super cool. So I've been working in the workshop for 3 days, 2 days, because yesterday we were travelling. So it was fun, super fun. That's another crafty bit. I don't woodwork on my own because, well, it's not like my biggest interest, but I think it's fun occasionally, and I think it's amazing to have skills that not many others have, like harpsichord related, like instrument making related skills. So I take what chances I can get, and I'm a bit regretful because I didn't think about it that way when I was younger and still living at home. So I'm taking what chances I get now to rack up some skills and learn some stuff. I don't think I'm going to ever be an instrument maker, but if I can work with it for a bit with that, like in his workshop, I am happy. It's fun to sometimes just do something like that's outrageous for me as a person, like work with huge wooden things and metal bits, and yeah, I don't usually do that, so it's fun. It's really fun. So that's what I've been doing. But I've also been hoarding yarn because my mum is also like a yarny person, and sometimes she buys yarn that she decides she doesn't want to use. I mean, don't we all do that sometimes? Like, oh, this yarn is super pretty, and then you decide later that what am I going to use that for ever? It's not my colour, I don't really like it. I like how it looks, I like how it feels, but it's not for me. But it's good that she and we have different colour preferences. So sometimes she buys yarn that is the colour I like. So she bought these 3 balls of this. This is Alpaca Silk by Drops. And yeah, it's brushed alpaca and mulberry silk. It's 77% alpaca and 23% silk. I have no clue whatsoever what I'm going to do with this, and the colour doesn't quite show up true to how it is. I think it's still a bit more purple than this. It shows up better like on dark surfaces, but it's a bit more purple. It's a bit like Quality Street purple, you know, the purple sweets in the tin. Well, actually the outside of the tin as well is that purple. God, I haven't had Quality Street in many a year. Then again, I don't eat dairy, so that's why. But yeah, I got these. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to find something, and it's going to be glorious because I think it's a pretty colour. David really likes the colour as well. It doesn't look good on him, this colour, sadly, because it's a pretty colour and he likes it. But once he tried on this thin knit purple sweater, and he looked like, it's like the purple that bishops wear as well, and he looked like a bishop, which was super not my thing. So yeah, he didn't like it either, but he likes the colour on me, so it's going to be fun. I'm going to do something fun with this. I don't know what, but we shall see. Perhaps like holding it together with another yarn to make something fluffy. I don't know. It's pretty, and it was free, so it's nice. I also got yarn that was practically free. I bought this yarn because they had a clearance sale on, like, in one of the yarn and fabric shops in the town where my parents live. So I got myself 6 balls of Sandnes Mini Alpaca in dark brown. This shows up lighter than it is, and Cheddar is trying to go under the camera, so if it's wobbling, it's him. I bought 6 skeins of this, and they were like super cheap. So I've got, this is like 900 meters, so it's going to be a cardigan or something for me, I think. I am really happy. And it's super soft. It's 100% alpaca. Cheddar, snälla älskling, vad gör du? Yeah, I got 6 skeins of this. Skeins, it's the balls, but going to be a cardi, and yeah, excited, really excited, and it was like super cheap, and I like when yarn is cheap. Some of them don't have the paper thing, and we had to dig through this big tub. It is snowing. I love snow, but yeah, we had to dig through this big tub of yarn, and like everything was all like a rat's nest basically, so we had to like sort it out to get the last one out, and it was fun, and I'm happy, so that is good. I also got myself more of the orange yarn, which I have caked up using my Swift that's living at my parents' place for now because this house is tiny. So I got that, and well, this isn't stash enhancement because this is like my old skein of the same colour, and I'm happy. They show up different, but they aren't. That's odd. This is the one I showed last week that I've had for as long as the other one that is now a yoke. But this one is super messed up in the skein, so I have to reskein it to be able to ball it up. So I'm going to ask for David's help to do that later. So yeah. That's what I have for stash enhancement. I've also got fabric on the way. Well, actually it's at the post office, but David's picking it up after work today, so I can't show it this week, and by the time I start recording the next episode it will probably already be in a whip, but we'll see. It might also not. I might not have the time. We'll see. Nej, 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 du får inte en klassbräda. Sorry, cats. He was trying to sharpen his claws on my sock blockers, which is like, no, do not do that. So, I've got fabric on the way. I ordered fabric from a medieval fabric and yarn and henna and things shop called Kampes. And yeah, I bought some reclaimed wool in like diamond twill, and I am super excited to work with that. I hope it's fairly thick. I bought it from the same section as some other wool we have, like fabric we have, and it's quite thick. So I hope that it's going to be the same thickness, because I forgot to check that when I ordered. I was just like, oh, it's on sale, it's super cheap now, and I'm going to buy 2 meters. So I did, and then I didn't check, and then I haven't checked again, so it's going to be a surprise when it gets home if I can make a coat out of it or not. But in case I can't, I'm going to make a dress, so win-win anyway. But yeah, I have this problem where I can't find a coat that I like. I bought a cloak-like coat a couple of years ago, but like the buttons are coming off and it's not in that great quality, and it's not that warm because it's not 100% wool. It's a problem, and it's usually like quite low wool percentage in coats for women, at least where I live, which is weird because this is Sweden and Sweden gets pretty cold. I mean, we can get like below 30 minus Celsius, so like in the northernmost parts it's way colder anyway. So where I live, the coldest we get is usually between -10 and -20 minus Celsius. But yeah, the cloak is, I think, something like 50% wool, and it's just not that warm when it gets that cold, and you need to have many layers of things under, which is fine, but it's like I don't want to wear 2 jackets under a cloak to be warm when I can just make a cloak out of like 100% wool that's fairly thick and be warm. But this is not going to be a cloak, it's going to be a I'm going to try and make something out of like the same base pattern I made my dress from this summer, but like broader and bigger and shorter with some sort of collar. So going to be exciting to try and do that, and it's hopefully going to be thick enough, otherwise I'll have to double layer with another layer of wool. No big deal, or just make a dress, we'll see. But yeah, excited about that. But yeah, it's going to be nice. But it's like me being like that with wool percentages is not like me being a yarn snob in any way, because me personally, I don't like using or buying things, clothes or yarns or fabrics that are like a higher percentage acrylic or polyamide or nylon than it is natural fibres, because I try to keep my plastic usage quite low, because the environment isn't that happy, so I like using natural fibres as much as I can. But that's just me. I don't look down on anyone who prefers using or can only use for cost reasons or for whatever reason you might prefer. Like I have a friend who quite literally can't wear wool because she gets the worst itches. She's like allergic to it. So, I mean, you can't help that. So, whatever reason you have to prefer using like acrylic or stuff, I don't mind. I just personally don't want to use that. So if I ever sound like I'm being a massive yarn snob, just know that's just me personally that doesn't want to use things. I don't look down on others doing that to one their own, like, and I like believing that people do what they can from their, like, from their place in life for the environment and for animals and stuff. So yeah, that's a tangent, but yeah, I don't want to sit here sounding like a snob when it comes to a fibre snob. I just like using natural fibres the most. But it's like you can't get away from there being polyester in clothes or in yarn, like nylon in yarn, and sometimes it's actually also helpful, so what do? But yeah, let's see. Christmas is coming up. Christmas is coming up fast. Time is just flying by. I don't know where this year went off to. It's been crazy. And things are crazy still. Like I said, I needed to get out of the house again, and well, thankfully, I think the thrift situation is actually looking up. Knock on wood. At least I hope so. Because I don't want to lose all my plants. But, yeah. Oh dear. Life is weird. And I hope things will calm down soon. I don't want to have to like go, hey mum, can I come over for a couple of days, because I can't be alone at the moment. I can't be at home at the moment. It's not that I don't want to be where I live, it's just sometimes you just can't handle your surroundings, you know. It's bad, but yeah. For next week I am going to try and make a project bag size big for this, because I don't have any. Oh, I forgot, this is not stash, but look what I found. I have not seen Pom Pom anywhere in Sweden. Anywhere. It was super expensive. It's like double the price it is in England, but I'm so happy because I really wanted this issue, because the patterns in it, they're so beautiful. My favourite is this one. It's probably my favourite. It's Ataraxia. I think it's funny because knitting, and especially pattern knitting, is very calming and relaxing for me, and like puts a damper on my anxiety, and Atarax is something I need sometimes for my anxiety, so I'm going to totally be knitting that one. So really excited about that, but I am going to be looking into buying them from the UK instead, because yeah, it was very, very expensive, and I mean it's worth it for me at least. If nothing else, then it's just so very inspiring to look through, because the pictures are just so beautiful, and like the patterns are so beautiful. I mean, even the ads in it are beautiful, so it's very nice. I like the size, I like everything about it, and it smells quite nice too. So I'm that kind of person. I smell books and mags because I like the smell of paper. But yeah, I'm going to be looking into a subscription instead, because that's a lot more cheap than buying every issue at that store, because that was super expensive. I'm just sad that I didn't get the one with the moon face sweater, but it's not on sale in Sweden anymore, sadly, so I'm going to have to buy the digital copy via Adlibris, but that's fine, because I really want to knit that sweater as well. But yeah, where was I apart from that? Yeah, project bag for sweaters. Going to do that. Going to probably cast on another Christmas sock. Going to probably at least cut out pieces for a coat. And what more? Finish my bubble sock. That is my first priority now. And yeah, don't think I have a lot of other things to say this week, because yeah, I haven't been at home. I've said that. I have been working with wood. I've said that. Yeah, no, that's about it. I'm going to try and wrap this up now, because that's that for today. Again, if you have any name suggestions for the bubble sock, just write them in the comments. Anything else you have to say, anything you want to ask me, go ahead. I don't have an ask me anything section in my podcasts, but if you want to ask me something, shoot me a message on Instagram or in the comments here, because I'd love to answer anything you have to ask me. If you want to continue seeing what I do with my time, knitting wise, crafting wise, painting, bullet journaling maybe, click the subscribe button, and don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Sounding like a proper YouTuber now, but sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Witchy Knits, and I will see you again in a week. Cast on some fun things and knit something you like and do something crafty, because I know I will. And I will talk to you again very soon. Bye!